Welcome back to BSRTV. This is the Engine Oil Direct Touring Car Championship, round 23 from Interlagos in Brazil. Same place as the World Cup, coincidentally, this evening. This is the middle race out of 3 for the evening, with me, Chris Cohen, and Adam Barth calling the shots. Welcome back, Adam.
Yeah, good evening, Chris. Looking forward to looks set to be quite an interesting second race.
Well, Kobe Lopez stormed from pole position to the flag to take that first race in convincing fashion by 4.2 seconds. Savidovic had no answer, Hoog had no answer, Rushworth had no answer, and Lopez was just wondering if his rearview mirror was working correctly because he couldn't see anything in it for the entirety of that race. He'll be starting 10th because of the reverse grid and the way that that works in this particular race. So it might be a little bit harder for him this time, although we've seen him come through from 10th and win.
Yeah, you're right. We've seen him do it before. I believe it's at the Indianapolis bike circuit where we saw him win the first 2 races of the evening. So don't be surprised if we see him come through the field and win this race. However, pole position for the new Engine Oil Direct team, that is Dan Kraft. He will be on pole position for this race.
Good opportunity for Dan Kraft to score some really nice points for Engine Oil Direct, the renamed 888 team. Engine Oil Direct sponsoring the Touring Car Championship now. engineoildirect.co.uk for all of your engine oil needs and other oil related products and things. If you don't want to go down to Halfords and do it the more expensive way, you can go online and have it delivered straight to you, which is always nice. Amazing the amount of things you can get delivered straight to your house. It's a wonder that Just Eat don't have any kind of like delivered straight to your face service by now, Adam.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, just open your mouth and in 30 minutes time it'll be crammed with food and you won't even have to move from your armchair, I'm sure. Slightly off topic anyway, we have some pictures for you down at the circuit for round 23. The driver's just warming up right now. They have a 10-minute warm-up and we're joining them a couple of minutes in here. So 5 minutes to go till we head down to that grid, which is headed, as you say, by Dan Kraft, then Linus Brustrom on the second row of the grid. And wouldn't Linus Brustrom like to get another victory in this championship?
Yeah, we're yet to see him win a race so far this season, and it'd be great to him and Jamie Rushworth, because MovieGo do need the points, and after all, they are fighting for that prize money at the end of the day.
I've got to say a big thanks to Linus as well. He is our social media guy on BSR TV, and he manages, even though he's affiliated with a MovieGo racing team, he manages to stay amazingly neutral when he does all of our Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and all the usual social media jobbies that he does. So a big thanks to him, and we are out there on the social media pages or whatever. Give us a like or a thumbs up or whatever, +1, whatever it is. Facebook. I don't know what they're called these days. You kids and your social media. Anyway. Second row of the grid. Second row is going to be Joran Kaiser and Simon Field there. Rushworth finishing 4th in that last race, Adam. Although it wasn't great for him to finish 4th, it does propel him a little bit further up the grid with a 7th place start. So it should help him a little bit. Probably not much.
Yeah, he was second for the majority of the race and ended up having bad throttle settings, he told us in the post-race interview. That meant he ended up finishing in 4th place, but yeah, you're right, it does propel him up that race 2 grid and will leave him starting in 7th place, which is quite a few places ahead of Adeko Lopez.
Well, some people might be thinking, well, a bad workman blames his tools, but it really is a very preferential and personal thing. Your steering wheel, the way it's set up, the pedals you're using, the fact that everything's within easy reach, you know what all the buttons do and all the controls do, and you feel comfortable with them. And it takes drivers, some time to get used to that and really sort of bed in. So if he had to make a late adjustment as his pedals broke, so he's replaced them. Otherwise he wouldn't have been able to race at all. It was doubtful for a while for Interlagos, and unfortunately he's not liking them. But he will surely settle into them, Adam.
Yeah, give him time. We'll eventually see him, hopefully, at the front in either this race or the next one.
So there's the table after 22 races. This is round 23 coming up. Kobe Lopez is out on top by over 100 points now, extending his gap even further. Rushworth in second. It's about 80, well it is 80 points, back to Savidovic in 3rd place, and Hoog is lurking in 4th. But really, these drivers, in the first race at least, Adam, don't seem to be able to break any ground here. They're pretty much finishing in the positions that they are in the championship, aren't they?
Yeah, we usually see a bit of action into the first few corners, and then after that they play the slipstreaming game, and then usually we haven't seen any positions gained after that. Hopefully we see something different happen in this second race, get back to the old door-banging touring car racing style of racing. So let's hope that happens.
Well, we saw a very large incident in the first race, which wasn't good to see. It could all happen again, of course. We just don't know. It can be unpredictable. We saw a little bit of contact, and with so many cars in such close proximity, it always leads to more contact. But a lot of drivers out the race very early on. We don't want to see that happen again, because we were reduced in numbers. Well, that is a big grid anyway. We were reduced in numbers by quite a bit. But it's all the more likely, isn't it, with a reverse grid?
Yeah, we usually see safety cars in the second and third races. However, they only do come out if it is quite a big pile-up, and to be fair, the first race was quite big and we didn't see one, so hopefully we don't see a safety car ruin the flow of the race.
Well, I was very surprised. I remember saying at the time, well, I should remember, it was only about 45 minutes ago, but I remember saying at the time that I was surprised that it didn't come out for that. We had lost at least 5 cars there and damaged a whole load of others. Steve Richardson probably the most unfortunate victim there, getting on the brakes nice and early and still being able to unable to avoid that collision. So commiserations to him, but he'll be back out. Interesting camera angle there. Yeah, he'll be back out in the second race, starting 27th position. A lot of work to do there. And someone we haven't mentioned this evening as well is Alfredo Beluda Serrano, who is a stand-in for Laura Bond, who is unable to make the racing because holiday, I think. A holiday? Surely that's not more important than the Engine Oil Direct Touring Car Championship, Adam.
Yeah, that is quite a lame excuse. However, Laura, I hope you're enjoying your holiday and hopefully you're watching the racing live on YouTube.
Serrano not having the best first race, 25th in that, which is where he will start in the second race. Hopefully we'll see a better result for him this time round. And Tim Mawson saying in the YouTube comments he had a power cut, which is a little bit inconvenient, to say the least. Not really what you want when you're about to. It's equivalent of electrical failure, isn't it, in your car? You're trying to drive along, engine's working fine, pedals are working fine, everything's working fine, and then no power. So 31 cars to start this race. We've lost a few. Oh, we've lost a couple since last time. Let's go down to the grid. Lopez with the blue mirrors just peeking out on that eBay Motors car. You can see him 5 cars back on the right there. He's got a long way to go to get to the front of this grid, but if anyone can do it, it's probably the odds-on favourite to do so. Brewstrom lines up on the right side at the front, and that is Dan Kraft with his best opportunity yet in the Touring Car Championship to get a win. Probably unlikely, Adam?
Yeah, usually we see cars drop back through the field. As here come the lights, Chris. We're getting ready for the start of the second race.
Thanks, Adam. Round 23 of the Engine Oil Direct Touring Car Championship is now underway. Linus Brewstrom will look to dive down the inside if he gets a good start. The outside pole position spot. Dan Kraft has not covered it. There's cars swarming. He didn't get the best start there. Dan Kraft's going to struggle from here.
Bostrom's crashed. Bostrom dived down the inside of Dan Kraft. Bostrom is now on his roof and is now languishing down the order.
Wow, and that's this very slow moving car. Is that Dan Kraft's car just coming back there? Well, Brostrom's got it going again. He rolled the car over and he's still going. Unbelievable. Well, we'll come back to that in a moment.
Well, let's have a look at this new running order. It's Simon Field that now leads. In second place, it's Jerome Kaiser. Blimey, this field is now shaken up.
Rushworth third from 7th on the grid. Then Katz and Koba Lopez up to 5th already, Adam.
Blimey, he's now up into 5th place, and now he's onto the back of Andreas Katz. This is not what Jamie Rushworth and such want to the championship.
Well, let's go back and have another look at that one, because we missed it on the cameras originally. Brewstrom was down the inside. and then he looks to get so late on the brakes there. He's actually made contact with the inside wall and comes across Dan Craft, blocking his path. And then I think it's one of the chrome restarts behind goes into the back of Dan Craft. And yeah, but that's a bizarre thing to happen. He's actually hit the inside wall as Brewstrom. Here's an onboard. He is well down the inside, but yeah, it's just too heavy on the brakes. Just gets that braking all wrong, and that's really cost him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a shame. He's now down in 31st place. Meanwhile, while we were looking at the replay, Adeko Lopez locked the brakes and went skidding across the grass. He's now down in 7th place. He managed to hold on to it, but it was a scary moment for the championship leader as we come around to complete the first lap.
Rare mistake from Koba Lopez. There's one car's coming into the pits there. Who is that? That's Nick McCarron. He's got some damage. Another engine oil direct car in the wars. Koba Lopez down to 7th, which promotes Savidovic and Hoog. Well, it's an exciting race already, and we don't often see any mistakes from Ade Koba Lopez, and that is a rare one. It might well cost him the win here, because he must have had that in his mind. Look at this behind though, Ellis Stevens with Ben Gregory on the inside.
Oh no, contact, I think that's
Cardix.
Oh, huge incident.
Cardix makes contact with, is that Robert Graham? Robert Graham still causing all kinds of issues. Has a huge impact behind. It's a secondary crash, but he's come back on the track there, and let's go back and have another look at that one on the replay. I am not convinced by that. Let's have another look. So here's Robert Graham, pulls across the track here, and that's Mark Cardix up in front. He's also moving across. Cardix doesn't see Graham, so Cardix has actually come across the front of Graham there. Graham's now out of control, makes contact with the 5. The 5 belongs to Rob Burton, unfortunately, and no, it's the 05. That's the wrong car. Adam Terry, in fact, I should say. And now here's the bit where it gets a bit hairy, because he needs to get off the track. We seem to have paused it there. Anyway, yeah. So he's on the apex, Adam, on the exit of that corner, I should say. And it's just raining Kia Optimas all around him there. So not the best re-entry to the circuit for Robert Graham, but well, we predicted it, didn't we? We said it's probably going to happen again, and it has.
Yeah, we saw it happen down into Casino del Lago in the first race, and it's happened there again. Meanwhile, Wojciech Savidovic and Adeko Lopez, they're side by side battling for 6th position. Lopez tried to go around the outside into the centre S and nearly made it work, and Savidovic goes early on the brakes and allows Lopez through up into 6th position as we head through turn 3.
Lopez has got one of his places back. Simon Field, though, is proving to be quite competent up at the front of the field. Jurenkaiser not really chipping away at that 1 second lead that he's got right now. Lopez is going to have to catch up with Hoog, who is now 1.3 ahead of Lopez. And a really aggressive drive from Lopez so far. He would have wanted to win this race, having been promoted to 5th from 10th on the grid after only a couple of corners. He's going to miss out on that opportunity, most likely, but you never know. You never know with this guy as he comes into Yuncao for the 3rd time, just using those rumble strips to get a little bit more track to work with. It's good on board here from the Canary Islander. He is closing in a little bit on Hoog, and probably even more. He's probably a little bit too far away to draft there, Adam.
Yeah, that's quite a big gap between Hoog and Lopez, 1.3 seconds, as Andreas Katz has a look down the inside of Jamie Rushworth into the first corner, nearly hits the back of the MoviGo car. He's currently in 3rd position. He's in the podium place at the moment. As we head through the 2nd corner, all looks clean, but you're right, Adeko Lopez is closing down on Stefan Hoog. The gap's now down to 1.1 seconds.
Car just coming out of the pits just up in front, staying out of the way. Well, not really, actually. If you're going to stay out of the way, you want to be across the side of the track, not the middle. I'm not sure who that was, actually.
It was Robert Burton.
You need to move it over, Rob. That wasn't the best avoiding action. But no one involved in that. No one got tangled up with that stray car. Katz holds on to 4th right now, but the lead is coming down. So Simon Field is going to be struggling to hold on to this lead. As Jerome Kaiser's been put under more and more pressure by Jamie Rushworth, it's surely only a matter of time before Rushworth makes his move. Unless Cass makes it first, Adam.
Yeah, we see the field concertina up at different parts of the track. 1 minute we see one car fighting for position, then the next defending. As you're right, now the gap's down to 0.3 seconds between Simon Field in the Engine Oil Direct car and Jerome Kaiser in second place. And Rushworth is having a look down the inside as we head into the Zhongqiao. And as Simon Field goes very wide, I hope that hasn't compromised his speed, because that's surely going to allow Kaiser to get into the slipstream as we come around to complete another lap.
Well, that's the gap you see on your screen as we look back from Simon Field's car at the moment.
And Lopez, he's run to the back of this queue now. It's all coming to Lopez, as we head down into the centre. As Kaiser has a look, and Simon Field gives him just enough room. Kaiser nearly loses control of the car, and that's surely going to allow Jamie Rushworth to get onto the back of him as we head through the second corner. It's all coming together here for a brilliant 6-car battle for the lead as we head down the back straight. That's Andreas Katz looking out the slipstream, and here comes Jerome Kaiser down the inside, and Casido Delago, he might hit Simon Field. He does. Will he lose control of the car? They hold on, but the field is now going all over the track. That's Jamie Rushworth having a bit of contact with Andreas Katz. Rushworth is getting swarmed out by Chrome Restart cars, by Kashi cars, and a Dacoba Lopez as we head into the right-hander. It's all going to pots here at Interlagos.
Well, it was 3 wide there for a moment. A very, very scary moment for Jamie Rushworth to be in the middle of that. No one really made any contact with each other, which is great, but Rushworth having to take a very wide line to avoid all his other cars. Look at Lopez, he's storming through these other cars. It's like he's got a bigger turbo than everybody else or something. He's up to 4th position now. Katz is through. Oh, a bit of contact on the back of Katz's car there. That wasn't very polite by Lopez. Rushworth is down to 5th. So Rushworth, we know, is a cautious driver and wouldn't have been comfortable in that big mass of cars there, Adam.
Yeah, I was tipping him to win this race, and now he's behind a Dacoba Lopez. As once again, Simon Field goes very wide into the Zhongqiao. We're coming round for 7 laps to go, and Jerome Kaiser is closer than ever before. He's in the slipstream. I think he might be able to set him up. Let's see if Simon Field defends. They go over the pit lane, and Lopez might be able to get a podium here. Katz is following Kaiser in the slipstream, hoping to benefit from it, and Katz might even has a look at going down the inside as we head into the first corner. Simon Field leaves the door very wide open. Will he be able to hold on as we head down the inside? He's using all the track.
Simon Field's got absolutely mugged there. He's going to lose 3 places. 3 places in the space of the centre S's. He is going to be kicking himself for that one. Jeroen Kaiser has the lead of this race from Andreas Katz. Oh, a little bit of sideways action there from Field and Koba Lopez. The Field's getting absolutely swamped here. He's getting mullered. He needs to pick up the pace. Is down to 6th place now. And what's going on up the front?
Oh no! Jerome Kaiser and Andreas Katz, it's all gone, and here comes Lopez. Lopez takes the lead. It's all gone bad here at Interlagos.
Well, Katz in yet more trouble, unfortunately. Side by side, Savidovic against Rushworth. And it's 1-2-3 for Lopez, Savidovic and Rushworth right now. Simon Field back up to 4th, thanks to that incident with Katz and Jeroen Kaiser. Let's go back now and have another look at that one. I'll go back on the tape.
Was that teammates hitting each other?
No, they are in different teams. It looks very similar to the Gregory incident with Dan Hunt in the last race, where Kaiser turns in, Katz doesn't. I don't know what to make of that, because people have such different lines through that corner. If you're going to do that too wide, you mustn't turn in too early if you're on the outside. That's really the crux of it. But Koba Lopez made that early mistake, from 10th to 5th, then down to 7th. Now he leads this race. He's got more than a few dents on that car, Adam. Can he really win this race?
I think he's got a good shot as Rushworth now loses more positions. He's now down into 5th place. What was I saying before the race started? We needed more touring car style racing. Well, we've got it. And here comes Wojciech Savidovic. I think he might be having a look at the lead here.
Well, here's Lopez. Savidovic is right on his tail, and there's a little bit of a gap back to Katz. Huger's in 4th place there. There's not much gap, is there? Savidovic, if he can stay this close all the way round to the end of the lap, he will have a good chance in the slipstream. We'll just have to see how close he can stay, and we've got a back marker just up in front that might cause a little bit of a complication here. So Lopez leads after 7 laps, having started 10th on the grid. The reverse grid seems to really favour his aggressive driving style, Adam.
Yeah, and we've still got 6 laps to go. Great job by the KX Club Car to get out of the way. In fact, stops completely on the racetrack. He's
Matt Walker there, yeah.
Yeah, he's managed to get out of the way. Savidovic is now half a second behind Lopez. I hope he's going to get a good run out of the Zhongchao corner onto the front straight and hopefully have a go down the inside of Cova Lopez. They're pretty close coming out of the final corner. Let's see if he can use the slipstream to good effect.
Meanwhile, Stefan Hug is not far behind Katz either, as they're 1, 2, 3, 4 coming through your picture right now, with Rushworth 5th and Baker in 6th place. Simon Field is hanging on to the back of this group, but only just, having led this race for quite some considerable time. On to lap 8 now. No challenge from Savidovic, not close enough, unfortunately. So it's a shame, actually, from Savidovic. I think we might see Lopez run away with this one again.
Yeah, Lopez doesn't seem to get a good run out of the second corner, because once again Savidovic is right onto the back of the eBay Motors cars we head into Casino del Lago. Meanwhile, Andreas Katz is defending there from Stefan Hug. Savidovic gets a bit of a good run through turn 3. I don't know which battle to focus on, the battle for first or the battle for third. Either way, we're heading into the double apex right-hander. Savidovic does not have a go, and Katz has to go pretty defensive against Stefan Hug.
Wow, there might be a bit of damage after that contact with your own Kaiser, who is Hug's teammate. Just for the viewers at home, if you want to know the Chrome Restart cars from one another when we're not focusing on them with the driver names, they all have flags on the roof. So the Swiss driver Stefan Hug has a nice... Always strikes me, it looks like a med kit, doesn't it? A Swiss flag. You ever thought that?
Yeah, the red cross.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a white cross on or a red. It still reminds me of a... Anyway, so that's on the roof of there, and then the Dutch flag for your own Kaiser, and David Baker has the George cross on the roof, which is basically like almost the inverse of the Swiss flag, come to think of it. But no movement in the top 4 at the moment.
Here comes Savidovic. Savidovic has got a very good run. He got a very good run out of the Zhongchao. He's going to go for the lead. We're going to get 4 laps to go. Lopez doesn't defend yet. I wonder if Savidovic is going to storm down the inside into the CNRS. No, thinks better of it. Maybe he's thinking of getting a run out of the CNRS. He slides the car through the first part of the CNRS and gets a good run out of the second part. I don't know whether that slide has compromised his exit, because he's now 0.3 seconds behind. Either way, let's even get a slipstream. They both run out over the curbs. They're really pushing hard. I think this is the first time all race this evening that Lopez has actually had to push as we head into Casino del Lago once again. 4 laps to go. Savidovic gets a good run on the inside, but I think once again Lopez will be able to hold on for another lap.
Wow, it was really interesting to watch that, because Savidovic is so much faster through the first part of the circuit. He lifted and braked early, deliberately to avoid going into the back of Lopez. Sensible driving from Savidovic. I think he's just biding his time, you know. I think he will make the move when he's ready. He just doesn't feel like he needs to right now.
Yeah, Savidovic has got a pretty clean car after all the carnage that was a few laps ago. Meanwhile, Lopez has got a bit of a crumpled bonnet. That might be slowing him down a bit. I'm sure it's not doing the aerodynamics any good. But either way, let's see if Savidovic can get onto the back of Lopez as we come round to get 3 laps to go. Andreas Katz, meanwhile, in third. He's still holding on ahead of Stefan Hug, though that battle is just as close as the battle for the lead. Let's see what happens this time round.
Quick mention of Steve Hefford, the Engine Oil Direct driver, in 9th place right now, being chased down by Ellis Stevens. What a finish that would be for Steve Hefford, who is very rarely, if at all, in the top 10, and doesn't qualify near the front, but plugs away anyway. Not a slow driver, just doesn't have the same amount of speed as some of the competition, but a 9th place for Steve Hefford would be fantastic with just 3 laps to go. Let's hope we haven't cursed him. Here comes Ellis Stevens around the outside, nothing to do there. Stevens has braked way too late there, so he's going to have to tuck that one back in, and Hefford will hold on to it. So good job by Steve Hefford so far. Meanwhile, Rush was struggling in 5th, Adam.
Yeah, he's now coming under pressure from the Chrome Restart car of David Baker in 6th place. Rushworth goes a bit wide. I think the tyres, either the hit that or the throttle settings are still playing up for him, because here comes David Baker down the inside. Will Rushworth put up any kind of defence as we head into the double apex right-hander with 3 laps to go? Rushworth will have the inside line. Surely Baker can't go around the outside. No, he slots back in to 6th position, but yeah, Rushworth is definitely under pressure now.
Well, it surprises me that Baker took that line quite so early. If he'd held that inside, he might well have been able to push a little bit harder, but he obviously feels like 6th place is good enough for him right now. Meanwhile, Julian Familiaris is side by side with Andrew Whitehead. And an overlay's gone wrong there. It's that the blue car, the Pertec, is Julian Familiaris there. Andrew Whitehead is through into 17th place. That's Dan Hunt just behind, recovering from poor finish after contact in the first race. Where can he get to in this race? He's still in 19th right now, with Steve Richardson behind, who was involved in, well, he's an unwilling participant, shall we say, in that first lap brawl that occurred. And there's probably one more on the cards in round 24 later on. We're still on round 23 at the moment, 2 laps to go. This race being led by Lopez, but he just can't get away from Savidovic, can he?
No, I got the gap as 0.4 seconds across the line. It was down to 0.1 heading into the first corner. That's how desperate Savidovic was, and I don't know whether he's had a bad exit out of this NRS because he's allowed Lopez to get away. But meanwhile, Katz and Stefan Hug, they could be looking to join the party as well. We're on the penultimate lap here.
I'm just watching Jamie Rushworth being attacked by David Baker. Baker's well down the inside this time. No real question he'll get the position for now, but can Rushworth mount a challenge? No, he's going to have to tuck back in behind David Baker, and Simon Field, having lost a whole bunch of places, has got it together in 7th place just behind. Oh, too wide, Rushworth, very, very good move around the outside there. He's going to be on, it's 3 right-handers in a row though, he's going to be on the outside once again. Well, he's keeping his foot in, I'll give him credit for that, Rushworth. Not the most aggressive overtaker, but he definitely wanted that position, Adam.
Wow, great move. Well, we all thought that there's no way you could go round the outside of that corner and gain a position, but Jamie Rushworth did, and he still maintains his 5th position. Great driving.
I'll tell you what, he was round the outside of David Baker for 3 corners in a row in the same direction. So I managed to stay with it. So a hard-earned 5th place, but now 4 seconds off the main lead pack. So it looks like 5th is going to be the highest of his highest possible result for him now. Now let's see, Lopez again under attack from Savidovic. Again, I just get the sense that Savidovic is holding back a little bit right till the end, but he will run out of time. Oh, he's round the outside of Lopez. He will run out of time, Adam, because Hug and Katz are just on his tail.
Yeah, that was the corner where he really had to get past Lopez. That's where he has the advantage over the eBay Motors car, but they run wide again. Here comes Savidovic. Will he actually have a go? He looks down the inside. I'm sure he's not going to do that much of a late braking manoeuvre. No, he doesn't. He slots into. He still stays in 2nd place. Meanwhile, Andreas Katz once again having to defend from Stefan Hug as we head through the left-hander. I think Lopez might have got the victory here unless something bad happens, but there's still half a lap to go as we head into the 2 right-handers. Savidovic gets a good run. Will he have a lunge down into the right-hander? Look at the damage there on the Dakover Lopez's car. It's amazing how he's still holding on to the lead.
Side by side, Hug and the Katz.
Yeah, you're right there. The battle for the final podium position as we head into the Pico to Paso. They've now dropped away from this lead battle. Katz holds on to 3rd though. Final few corners now. What can Savidovic do? Could he take the win in a photo finish style like he did at Belgium at the beginning of May, round 4 of the championship? Sorry, round 6 of the championship, I do believe. As we head out of the final corner, what can Savidovic do? He's in the slipstream. 0.3 seconds was the gap. I think he might stand a chance here. Will Lopez have to defend? He's going to have his foot flat to the floor as we head through the left-hand kink, and he might have a go here.
Lopez has got it, I think. Has he? That's going to be so close.
Who's going to get it?
Oh, who got that? Unbelievable finish at Interlagos. The Engine Oil Direct Touring Car Championship has not seen a finish as close as that. 2nd on my screen for Savidovic. I don't know about you.
Yeah, my timing screen says 0.00. I think Lopez got it by 15 thousandths of a second, I think.
Let's go back and have another look at that one if we can on the replay. That one's worth seeing again. for you guys at home and for us as well.
Savinovic on my timing screen has got the got the win by 7 thousandths of a second.
That is mighty close, ladies and gentlemen. That is the slowest we can possibly go here. Let's go back and have another look at that one again. Slow it down a little bit earlier for you. Can we zoom in on this as well? That would be nice. There we go. Let's get the zoom going. Savinovic with a very, very late charge. He couldn't have left it any later than that, could he? That is mighty close. Yeah, it is. It's Savinovic by a whisker. That must be the width of the front. And if I tell you what, if Lopez hadn't caved in his front bumper, his car would have been long enough to win that race, I think, Adam.
Yeah, probably the closest finish in the Engine All Direct Touring Car Series history.
Well, it's it's anything but uninteresting, shall we say. Unbelievable finish at Interlagos. Fantastic to see as well, after Savinovic looked to have the best of Lopez. So Lopez, who we expected to drive away at the end of that race, just couldn't do it, could he?
Yeah, I wonder if Savinovic had that planned all along.
Well, I don't think he would have planned to make it that close if he did. So, maximum points for Savinovic. Lopez has to settle for second in that race. Katz third, Hu fourth, Rushworth only fifth, unfortunately for him. Baker, and then Field, who led for a while, couldn't hold on. Steve Hefford got that ninth place. Fantastic finish for him. And well, we've got to go speak to the winner of that last race, if he'll talk to us, if he can speak after the excitement of that finish. Wojtek, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How you doing, guys?
Have you ever had a closer finish than that?
I did actually, but yeah, this was exceptionally close.
You left it late. It looked like you were going to make the move a few laps earlier, but were you deliberately holding on for the last lap?
Pretty much, yeah. I just didn't want to change this into four-way battle, so I just let the Kaba go and make sure that two guys behind us won't catch up too early.
So at the end of the first race, we were talking a little bit about the fact that Lopez seemed to be untouchable at Interlagos, seemed to have a significant advantage. But you've proved that's not the case in race 2. Was he carrying any damage slowing him down, or was it just that you were good enough and you could keep up with him?
It's really hard to say. Definitely he had to work much more his tires at the beginning of the race, like all of us had to. So that probably made the difference as well.
Well, I imagine you didn't plan to leave it quite that late to take the victory, but congratulations nonetheless. One of the closest finishes I think we've ever had in the Touring Car Championship here, and it's going to put you down in 20th for the last race. So how high up the grid do you think you can get by the end?
The plan is the same as always, is try to stay out of trouble and make it into top 10 maybe this time, and maybe a bit better, we'll see.
Good luck with that, Wojtek. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers, thanks.
It's Wojtek Savinovic, who won by how much, Adam?
7 thousandths of a second.
That is remarkably close, and he says he's had an even closer experience than that, which is just incredible, it really is. Meanwhile, Steve Hefford had a hard-fought but well-earned 9th place. You must be delighted with that result.
Hi Chris. Yeah, not bad. I'm pleased with that. To be honest, it's one of those tracks I like. So you're better at some than others, aren't you? This is one of my better ones. So yeah, quite happy with that.
So you're quite comfortable with the car around here, and you're quite happy that you can stay out of trouble. We've seen a lot of trouble in these first 2 races.
Yeah, as much as possible. You can never guarantee it 100%, can you? But yeah, it's a nice track, got a nice flow to it. And
the eBay Motors car of Ellis Stevens was looming in your mirrors for a while, but he didn't manage to get around you in the end.
He did. We swapped places a couple of times, and he dented the rear paintwork a couple of times as well on the last lap. But yeah, it was good fun.
How is that engine oil direct drive? There's new colour scheme for you. It's gone from dark to light, but car's looking pretty good if you can keep the scratches off it.
Yeah, I think it's the oil that's helping actually. Yeah.
Excellent, good to hear. Well, have a great third race, won't you, Steve?
Cheers, Chris.
That's Steve Hefford there, and he is in the engine oil direct Kia Optima, which is new, replacing the 888 livery from last time out. Well, I think we need to catch a breather after that one, Adam. That was a fantastic end to the race, and top 20 reverse grid is coming your way around 24 in just a minute. Can it get more exciting than that?
I think we're in for a pretty exciting final race. Probably even more exciting than that one. Let's hope it is.
Well, we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes when we will start the show for the final race, round 24. But thanks for joining in and watching round 23, and we'll see you in a moment.